Well, let's fast forward to today. We are sitting here at a beautiful Marriott on the outskirts of Los Angeles, California. We are joined by Brad Sims, and we just gave Brad Sims the 2020 Vital BMX Rider of the Year award. Brad, it's been a hell of a year in a lot of different ways, and you have absolutely made the best of it and came out of this on top of the BMX game. How do you feel right now?
Honestly, it's surreal, because first of all, I want to say thank you. I am super grateful, and yeah, I was not expecting this. So yeah, thank you. And I feel like I owed it to myself. And if you all, anybody who's been a fan of me, and you've been following my career, thank you for your support. And yeah, I'm like kind of still lost for words, but
well, 2020 has been a pretty terrible year for the most part for a lot of us. A lot of events and traveling got canceled. Many people's lives were affected. Jobs were lost. It's kind of a downer. And I think one of the saving graces we had was somehow this incredible reel of epic riding footage that you put out over and over and over via social media. What happened? What made you go this route? Was there a switch that turned in your head and you're like, I'm going to do it this way? What changed?
Well, I lost all my sponsors and, had a pretty disheartening conversation with a close friend. And that just, rekindled the fire inside of me. So, I feel like, that had to happen in order for people to get, version 5 of me. And I knew that I needed to ride my bike in a way to make people start watching me the way they never had before.
And do you feel like you accomplished that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What's been the most gratifying thing for you in 2020? What really sealed the deal when you're like, it's happening? Was it a certain number on an engagement? Was it a sponsor that came along? Or was it just an overall feeling of accomplishment? Did anything really happen that made you be like, all right, we're here?
It wasn't necessary. At first I was very outcome driven, and I kind of pushed that to the side, and I was more focused on just becoming a stronger person. I knew regardless if I pick up sponsors along the way, sure, that'd be great. But I knew all said and done, I was going to be a stronger person after. So I gave myself 6 months to say, if I don't do the 6 months and nothing comes to fruition, then, I'll be a stronger person, but I'll still think the game is rigged, which it is rigged.
Elaborate. How is the game rigged?
Nepotism. You see a lot of the same faces, dudes that have been average for, years on end, or just can continue riding the same wave, never had to go above and beyond, and been able to carry on throughout their entire career and still make it through. And I find it strange.
You've had a very interesting BMX journey. I think I first met you in maybe 2003 or 4. I believe you just dropped the Bulldog Bikes video part, and that put you on the map for me. Shortly after you started riding for Hoffman, and then I met you. When I met you, you had never traveled much. You were on one, I think we met in Las Vegas. It was your first time out there. And you were like, oh, I'm going to travel the world soon. And then shortly after, you just kind of hit the ground running. You went all over the world. You experienced different lifestyles. You did it on a shoestring BMX budget and just really made it work and kind of took in so many things that the world had to offer. All that accumulates to where we are here today. Do you think this journey has made you appreciate everything you're getting more?
Oh, for sure. You didn't work hard enough for it. Wouldn't have the same drive I do now. Throughout my life, I've been, it's just been a roller coaster. So having had to work that hard to get something, you're going to have to be a cold day in hell to take it from me now. And now I understand consistency the way I never had before. So it's just, I had to go through a real mind shift. And now I just have a better understanding of everything, and I can continue to move forward.
I feel like, especially in street riding, there are some unwritten rules, and that's kind of the rule of don't post that on Instagram, save that for the video part. And I feel like you're breaking all those rules. What's your standpoint as far as what goes to Instagram versus saving something for a video part or any other option?
I don't know. I've filmed video parts. And if the budget budget isn't there to make something super impactful, then I'm probably going to throw it on Instagram. Like all the passion projects and stuff, they're great. I've filmed video parts. I love video. I love to sit down and watch video parts. But I'm at a point now where I don't want to spend 6 months, 8 months, or a year working on a part. I don't need it. I don't need 1 year to film a video part. And when you're on a team making like a team project, that's awesome. But one person is going to make it to the finish line 6-7 months before the whole team. And what that does, it creates a new challenge for you, because for me, I'll outride myself. I'll continue to outride myself, which is dangerous. I want a part. I'm done. Cool. Now, if there's 5 other guys sitting there, they're riding, and they might not have the same work ethic as you. So you're waiting around when I do what I do. So that's how I feel about these parts.
The amount of footage you've put out this year, compiled together, just kind of banger after banger, everything's absolutely mind-blowing. How has your body held up to everything?
Body feels great.
Do you do any special training or anything to be in tip-top shape? I mean, what you're doing is just astronomical at a level of consistency that is just... In a game filled with injuries, and you're a 35-year-old man, how do you make this happen? How do you have a goddamn Superman body?
I eat my Wheaties. Wheaties, what's up? No, honestly, I've been incredibly fortunate with injuries. Just, like I stay on top of my body. I don't have like a very strict regimen, but I do little workouts and stuff. I don't lift weights the way I used to. I used to lift very heavy, but I attribute a lot of that to the heavy training I did in my early 20s. The thing is, once you build muscle mass with heavy weights, your muscles have longevity. So for me, I've been able to maintain my size for 15 years. So I've been I'm probably 25 pounds lighter, because when I met you, I was like close to 200 pounds, and I was just destroying wheels all the time. So now that's not really a thing. But yeah, just everything in moderation. The partying, how I eat, diets and all that stuff. Just try to be agile on my feet.
Brad, in addition to the COVID-19 pandemic, one of the biggest stories in 2020 was the Black Lives Matter movement. And the Black Lives Matter movement hit BMX just like it hit everywhere else on the planet, essentially. And you were one of the loudest voices supporting Black Lives Matter within BMX. I recall when I first met you 15, 16, 17 years ago, you told me a story about a run-in you had with the police where you were essentially profiled for your race. I was a dumb white kid from the suburbs. What you told me when I was very young impacted me, and I still remember the story to this day. So you've been essentially spreading the same word for a very long time. Do you think progress is being made within the action sports community for black athletes like yourself?
Not really. Not so much. Because I still see, young riders who are very talented, but not much is going on. Like with them, I understand, there's marketability. Some of them may be kind of mediocre, up and coming. They don't necessarily have the platform, but I just see most companies that do have black or brown riders on the team. They're just checking boxes, not necessarily promoting them to the highest level.
So what do you think could change in order to right that wrong?
Actually, put them in position to, better themselves, better their current situation, and do things with them, and not just have them as, their token, African American rider,
Do you feel like you have a lot of young riders from similar upbringings to you looking to you for advice and almost as a role model now at this point in your career?
Yes.
Are the Instagram DMs full?
Every day. Yep. They're just overflowing. Sometimes I receive so many messages from kids. They're hungry. They want sponsorships. They want to get places, but some of them have no idea. Like, hey man, this has been my best year, and I'm 35, and I've been riding BMX for 24 years. I've been pro for 15. So some of you guys, you're being a little, well, I guess, yeah, you're in a hurry. I understand. I mean, when you've been riding for 2 years, you're rushing into a future you haven't earned. So if it's taken me 15 years to get what's kind of coming to me right now, then it might take you, just as much time. But you also, you got to, master your craft first. And that's for any up and coming kids out here. If you want it, you have to earn it.
And you earned it.
Thank you.
Known you a long time, and you absolutely have put in the work, and I think that's a testament. Don't stop, keep pushing. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. If you're going to earn it, it's going to happen. Is there any certain thing in 2020 you can pinpoint as a highlight for you of the past year? Maybe a certain clip, a certain opportunity, a certain trip, although there are very few. What's a 2020 highlight for Brad Sims?
One of my best friend Brandon, back in Maryland, we sat down at a table, we're talking, and he said, "You can be grinding as hard as you can for 10 years, but if you don't see it through to the 11th, you'll never know." So that conversation right there. Some people, they meet that 10th year. They're in the valley of despair, and they can't get past that. They grind hard for 10 years, and they quit. But they didn't see it through to the 11th. That's the breaking point. That's your successful year. And they quit. You never know, because they did what? They quit.
Walked away.
They walked away. Yeah. And I almost did that, but it's been over 10. And I just said, the hell with it. I'm gonna go.
I know you have a lot of really exciting things on the horizon. I know a lot of them aren't quite ready to be released to the public yet. What can you tell us you have in store for 2021?
What can I tell you? I can't really tell you anything, to be honest. I just got a lot of new projects on the way. I will be making a video. Probably multiple videos, because I know for the video part, for people who think I'm an Instagram rider, whatever the hell that means, I will have video stuff coming out, bigger projects. So there will be more than just Instagram footage of me. Yeah.
I know you've checked a lot of the boxes on the list. What goals are left for Brad Sims within BMX?
What goals? I would like to be able to still push BMX, show BMX on the highest level, get in front of more of the, Black community, help, riders get out there. I mean, I like seeing kids riding around, doing wheelies and stuff, but also sometimes I feel like that's just, it makes us look one-dimensional at times, because I see some talented dudes on bikes, and they're riding around and wheeling up and down the streets. Then they're like, "Can you do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Then I'll do a 360, then they're blown away. And I showed them, like, you could also potentially be able to do this if you just stop doing that. You don't have to stop doing that one thing, but don't just pigeonhole yourself into this one trick. Don't be a one-trick pony. So it'd be nice, to just create more awareness. I would love to be able to, be that person. And I'm working towards that right now.
Brad, I think you're doing a great job, and I think that even as somebody that's known you as long as I have, what you're accomplishing to this day is incredibly impressive to me, and I think so many of your peers, also so many of your fans. And congratulations on an awesome year. Is there anything you care to add before I let you get back to enjoying life?
Thank you. Anything I care to add? No, I just want to thank any and everybody who's been supportive of me. Thank you for the interview. Thanks for the award. And thanks to all my sponsors, Fit, 50/50, all the new ones that are coming on board.
Loading.
Loading. Yes. Wheaties. Yeah. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, all that. Cheerios, something.
Let's get this man a cereal sponsor, Brad Sims. Congratulations on an amazing year, and thank you for the time. Very excited to see what's next.
Thank you.